Have you ever met someone for just a few hours, but they changed your whole life? Stay with me till the end because this story might just remind you that kindness can reach where even money can't, and love often finds us when we're not even looking. It all started on a quiet night flight from New York to San Francisco. The cabin lights were dim, passengers were half asleep, and the steady hum of the engines filled the air. Among them sat a young woman named Lena Parker, a struggling kindergarten teacher in her mid-20s. She had just lost her job because the school she worked for had shut down. Her suitcase was filled not with fancy clothes but lesson plans, children's drawings, and a worn-out journal filled with dreams she was beginning to lose faith in. 2 rows behind her sat a man who looked like he carried the weight of the world on his shoulders, Ethan Cole, a billionaire tech founder whose name had once dominated headlines. He wasn't traveling with bodyguards or assistants tonight, just him and his 3-year-old son, Noah. Noah had been crying for almost an hour. His small sobs grew louder, drawing frustrated looks from other passengers. The flight attendants tried to help, but Ethan's face showed something more than exhaustion. It showed helplessness. His son's cries were breaking him apart from the inside. You see, this was their first flight since Noah's mother, Ethan's wife, Claire, had passed away 6 months ago. Claire used to sing Noah to sleep every night, but now every time Ethan tried to hum the same tune, Noah would cry harder. It was like the boy knew his mother was gone for good. As Noah's cries grew louder, Lena turned her head, noticing the distraught father's trembling hands. Something deep inside her heart pulled her to stand up. Maybe it was her teacher's instinct, or maybe it was fate. She walked down the aisle softly and stopped beside Ethan's seat. "Excuse me," she said gently, "may I try something?" Ethan looked up, his tired blue eyes glazed with embarrassment. I'm sorry, he's just been having a hard time." But Lena didn't let him finish. She knelt beside Noah and whispered, "Hey, little one, it's okay. Would you like to hear a song?" Noah sniffled, looking at her through teary eyes. And then in the softest, most soothing voice, Lena began to sing. Musical note, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray." Musical note. The entire cabin went quiet. Passengers who'd been rolling their eyes moments ago turned to listen. The melody wrapped the air like a warm blanket. Slowly, Noah's sobs faded. His little body relaxed in his seat, his head resting against Lena's shoulder. Within minutes, the boy fell asleep peacefully. Ethan just stared, speechless. There was something about Lena's voice, something pure and motherly that reached into his soul. When she looked up at him, she smiled shyly. "Guess the lullaby still works." Ethan swallowed hard. It does. That was his mother's song. Lena's smile faded. "Oh, I didn't know." He nodded, his voice trembling. "No one could have known. She passed away 6 months ago." The silence between them wasn't awkward, it was full of empathy. 2 broken hearts that somehow recognized each other. Lena returned to her seat, but Ethan couldn't stop thinking about her. After the plane landed, he approached her at the gate, Noah still asleep in his arms. "Miss Parker," he said softly, reading her name from the boarding pass she had accidentally dropped. "Can I thank you properly? You don't know what that meant to me." Lena smiled politely. "You don't have to, I just did what anyone would." But Ethan shook his head. No, not anyone would have cared. He offered her his business card, but she hesitated. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm not really looking for a job or anything, I just wanted to help." He smiled faintly. "Maybe that's exactly why I want to talk to you again." And with that he walked away. 2 weeks passed. Lena went back to her small apartment trying to apply for new teaching jobs. Nothing seemed to work out. Her rent was late, her savings nearly gone. Then one afternoon she received a call from a private number. "Miss Parker, this is Ethan Cole." Lena nearly dropped her phone. "Oh, Mr. Cole, I didn't think you'd actually." He chuckled softly. "You said you weren't looking for a job, but I am looking for a teacher, someone gentle, someone like you. Would you consider being Noah's private tutor?" Lena's heart skipped. She hesitated at first. It felt strange to accept such an offer, but when Ethan mentioned how much Noah liked her voice, she couldn't say no. When she arrived at the Cole mansion for the first time, she was stunned. The house looked like a castle, surrounded by gardens, marble floors, and quiet sadness. Noah ran to her immediately, arms wide open. "Miss Lena," he squealed. Ethan smiled faintly from across the hall, watching his son light up for the first time in months. Days turned into weeks. Lena started teaching Noah letters, songs, and little stories. Every afternoon, Ethan would sit by the window watching them laugh. Sometimes he'd join in, awkward at first but slowly opening up. There was something about Lena's warmth that healed the spaces grief had left behind. She didn't try to fix them, she just listened, cared, and reminded them what love felt like. One evening, when a thunderstorm hit the city, Noah woke up crying. Ethan rushed to his room but froze at the door. Lena was already there, holding Noah in her arms, singing that same lullaby again. Musical note, please don't take my sunshine away, musical note. Tears welled in Ethan's eyes. For the first time, he didn't feel alone in that big, empty house. Weeks turned into months and something unspoken grew between them. It wasn't rushed or loud, it was quiet, respectful, and real. Ethan started smiling again, Noah started laughing freely. And Lena, well, she found a family she never thought she'd have. But not everyone approved. The media soon found out about the billionaire and his son's nanny. Headlines twisted their story into gossip. Lena felt cornered, accused of being a gold digger. She tried to quit, but Ethan stopped her. "Don't you dare let them make you doubt yourself," he said, his voice firm yet kind. "You've done more for me and my son than all the money in the world ever could. You gave us back our hearts.